Hello, welcome everyone. We appreciate you joining our webinar today. We have two special guests joining us today to talk about wellness. We have Jim Eastburn and we also have Lisa Hurd. Completely different messages. Hope you'll hang in there for both of them. Our first speaker today is going to be Jim Eastburn. He happens to be the corporate director of transformational experiences at Canyon Ranch.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and it's great to be with all of you. My name is Jim Eastburn. I'm the Corporate Director of Transformational Experiences at Canyon Ranch. I'm based here in Tucson, Arizona, but I'm happy to talk about all that we do at Canyon Ranch and this idea of taking care of ourselves, particularly during this time. We encourage everyone to consider the importance of self-care. So what I'd like to do is share a little bit of information with all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Just a moment. At Canyon Ranch, we are focused always on our guest experience and this idea of inspiring their well way of life. That's a big promise, and that's exactly what we intend to fulfill. And we encourage all of our guests to consider where they are in their lives currently, where they aspire to be, whether it's about their healthy lifestyle, taking better care of themselves, managing stress, going through some transitions and changes. And the big question often for a lot of us is what's getting in the way of that goal, of that intention, that opportunity for a well way of life. Wellness is a word that gets thrown around a lot in our industry. But for the past 40 plus years, we've been kind of leading the way in terms of inspiring people. And an immersion experience at any of our properties in Tucson, Lenox, Woodside gives people an opportunity to really reflect on where they are, where they want to be, and what are some of those roadblocks that get in the way of living that healthier lifestyle. The spectrum of how we engage with our guests, the way we approach this idea of integral answers. So many of the guests that I've worked with over the past 25 plus years, gotten to know them and their goals and intentions, is this need for better understanding of where they are. Often people have a sense of being stuck, needing a second opinion, better understanding what their particular needs are. The one aspect that we've never embraced is this idea of one size fits all. It just doesn't. Everybody's unique and different, and all of us need a specific approach that's right for us. And so we look at that opportunity, whether it be from our medical experts, our physicians, our nutritionists, exercise physiologists, behavioral experts, behavioral therapists, spiritual wellness practitioners and guides. This idea that one can come and get a better understanding, to get their questions answered. You can Google anything these days, you can look things up online, but boy, it's hard to know in that landscape of information what's accurate, what's right, what's correct. We provide all of our guests with personal guidance. And when I think about this just in terms of your own personal lives, I would encourage you to think about, again, what expertise do you need to tap into? What does your support system look like? Who are the health and wellness experts that you tap into? And what kind of guidance do you need? Our focus is also on that lifetime impact, not just a one-time visit, not just a one-time getaway, but what does that lifetime impact look like for all of our guests? How can what you learn in your journey, on your journey at Canyon Ranch, make a difference? Not just for the moment, not just to accomplish a certain set of goals, lose a certain amount of weight, or start an exercise program. We can all start an exercise program, but maintaining that is always the challenge. Well, we always look for evidence-based progress, evidence-based solutions, and we encourage all of you to do that as well on your own journey, is again to have a critical eye on the kind of information that you're taking in. And our health experts do a wonderful job of sifting through fads and trends and information that's out there and really looking at the best and latest research. Just to remind you, if you're not already aware, Canyon Ranch has these different locations in different areas, very distinctly different properties in a way. Everything began in Tucson. That's our sort of our mothership, the homeland of the beginning of Canyon Ranch. started by our founders, Mel and Enid Zuckerman, over 40 years ago. And that's where I live. That's my home. The Tucson property is very unique. It really embraces the Sonoran Desert in all of its beauty and healing properties as well. Then we opened our Canyon Ranch property in Lenox, Massachusetts, in the Berkshires. Beautiful property, restored Victorian mansion, which is spectacular. The grounds are beautiful, overlooking the Great Lawn and surrounded by beautiful hiking trails and nearby lakes and streams and activities outdoors. The Tucson and Lenox property are very similar in that they offer the full array of services. I mentioned that list of physicians and nutritionists and exercise physiologists, behavioral therapists, and spirituality, plus all of the spa treatments and fitness activities and classes, outdoor sports activities as well. So the full array of Canyon Ranch experiences can be enjoyed both in Tucson and Lenox. We also opened our property a number of years ago in the Venetian Hotel and Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, expanded recently, or a few years ago, expanded to include the Palazzo Hotel as well. And one of the world's largest spa, and it's spectacular. And it's the most incredible refuge. I call it healthy refuge in Las Vegas, and a wonderful experience. And then more recently, we opened up our Canyon Ranch Woodside Retreat. And this retreat experience is unique in that it is much smaller, more intimate than our Tucson and Lenox resorts. Keyword here is retreat. It's an opportunity to slow down, to disconnect, and then to reconnect to a sense of nature, to reconnect to yourself, reconnect to others, and reconnect to sort of a spiritual wellness perspective or a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. It's a wonderful experience done over the weekend. It's a weekend retreat experience offered from Thursday to Monday, and a wonderful lineup of guest speakers and services and activities that are recurring every week. So that is the sort of what I call the landscape of Canyon Ranch. Very beautiful properties that embrace the natural surroundings. More so than ever, I think we'll be seeking locations that allow us to embrace nature, and all of our locations do a wonderful job of that. Here you can see that spectrum of experiences from our spa and fitness opportunities in Las Vegas, our resorts and retreats, and also residence opportunities, Canyon Ranch living opportunities in Tucson and in Lenox. So much more than just a vacation destination. We see this as an opportunity for people to take good care of themselves throughout their lifetime and to be supported in doing so. So I've already alluded to this earlier. This is the question I like to ask my guests. And we ask people where they are when they arrive, to be sure they're headed someplace better when they leave. That experience of stepping away, going to a place, having an experience that is focused on health and wellness, whether it's Canyon Ranch, whether it's on a hiking excursion, an educational trip that someone might take, this enhancement, something that enhances your life, your awareness of the world. But certainly in this area of Canyon Ranch, we're talking about enhancing your own life. Many ways to do that. We think Canyon Ranch is the best way, of course. But we encourage our guests not just to rely on that one-time visit, but to consider how they take care of themselves at home. We invite people to certainly disconnect. You can do that at Canyon Ranch. You can do that in your own lifestyle, in our own ways, that we set down our devices, that we reconnect to people in our lives that are important, those meaningful relationships, reconnecting to ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, how we exercise, how we eat, how we manage stress. And it poses the question, can I really disconnect? Can you spend some time in a way that you feel like your time is your own? That's what I hear a lot of people tell me, is that it feels like I'm being pulled in so many different directions. I don't have time for myself. And I asked the question, what would it be like if I actually did that, if I actually took some time to focus on me? You may have trouble doing that in your life. You may feel that your energies are really dedicated to taking care of others. And it sometimes feels a bit selfish to take care of something for yourself or do something that's just for you. But we know that the long-term effects of not taking care of yourself, of not practicing self-care, can have negative impacts on our own health and well-being. Of course, it begs the question, can I be there for others if I'm not there for myself? These other inquiries are really about considering what you need. Do I have to leave my device at home if I go to Canyon Ranch? Not everybody can disconnect. Many of us have to stay connected, our jobs, our families. But what we're suggesting here is perhaps being more mindful about how we are connected. We know that sometimes devices, the internet, social media draw us in, perhaps distract us in ways that we need at the moment. But there's a way perhaps to stay connected, but also to set some boundaries around that. How do I quiet my thoughts? What does it mean to reconnect? And I have some suggestions here. To find a place and a time to reconnect, meaning you have to sort of be dedicated, committed to that idea that this week I'm going to find some time for myself, take a walk with my friends, spend some time in the garden, reconnect with some people I haven't spoken to in the past. Think about perhaps bringing in some other practices of self-care like meditation and mindfulness, healthy eating, movement, regular movement, which is so important. This idea of replenishing the well. So whether it's staying at Canyon Ranch, going, on a beach vacation, spending time with family, this idea that so many of us feel depleted now more than ever, our tank is empty. And I hear that a lot, and perhaps you feel that way at sometimes in your own life. So how might we move from feeling empty and depleted to a sense of fullness? What might fill that back up for us? Moving from being burned out to refreshed, unhealthy habits, moving away from those more to self-care. What I would suggest here is to think about this idea of smaller, more incremental steps towards changes. What we tend to do in our culture is want to transform our lives, change things overnight. We'd love to see big changes. I talk to people often coming to Canyon Ranch who say, I just need to totally change my life. And many people report that a time at Canyon Ranch has been very transformative. In fact, they'll talk about how Canyon Ranch saved their life. And that definitely does happen. But what I'm also interested in knowing is, what are those small changes that can take place in your life that make a difference? And there's some significant thought around this from a behavioral change coming from this concept of Kaizen thinking. You may have heard that term. Small incremental changes are often the building block for those larger transformations that we're looking for. So while these concepts of wholeness and fullness and refreshed and spaciousness and self-care are very inviting, very enticing, each of us have the opportunity to ask ourselves, well, how's that going to happen for me? What goals can I set in place? What are those small milestones of success that I can take on that build my confidence in myself to make good decisions, to make good choices? So I encourage all of the people I get to know here at Canyon Ranch to take those small steps and to consider this journey of a healthy lifestyle, not just in this moment, but throughout the course of your life. And there'll be some setbacks, there'll be some hurdles that come along. And the real opportunity that we have at Canyon Ranch is to work with each of our guests to consider what happens when the roadblocks come. What happens when those detours happen? Because they will. Life will throw us a curve. How do we be more resilient in the face of change? We know that life is full of changes right now, and many of those feel a little bit out of our control. So I always ask the question, what can I do today? What can I influence? How can I change the way I respond to stress in a way that's reachable and attainable in this moment? So I encourage all of you to think about what you need on your journey for well-being. We invite everyone to come and experience a Canyon Ranch stay for yourself, for your clients. We think that the time is more important than ever to consider how we take care of ourselves, how we approach wellness. So thank you for your time. Please let me know if I can help in any way, answer questions for you. Thank you very much.
Our second speaker, Lisa Hurd, is going to join us now. She's the holistic health educator and Restyle Your Life with Lisa. Thank you again, Lisa, for joining us. We look forward to your message.
Hi, my name's Lisa Hurd, and I am an essential oil lover. And I have been using essential oils for about 7 years in my life now, and I can't even imagine how it would be if I didn't have these essential oils to grab when I needed them. And so I'm here to help you be prepared for your next travel adventure. Using some of these natural options. Some people have experience with essential oils. They've, read about them, or maybe you've been using them. But I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of how you can incorporate these into your travel routine so that you're prepared to have a great adventure. So just to dive in, what I want to talk to you a little bit about is maybe just give you a little background about essential oils. There's 3 cool things you need to know about them. One is that they're very safe. They're 100% natural and safe. They have no side effects and no addictions to worry about. They're extracts from plants and have amazing health benefits. They're also something you want to know is not all essential oils are created alike or equal. You want to look for an essential oil that is certified pure therapeutic grade. And the brand that I love to use and had used for the 7 years is doTerra, and it's the most tested brand out there. It's something that you can depend on to be pure and potent, and so you get the reaction that you need when you grab that essential oil. They're also super effective. They're more effective than many modern approaches to healthcare, and essential oils actually permeate the cell membrane so that it gets in to where things are when you really need some support for your immune system, for example. They're also very affordable. They're just pennies per dose. 3 ways to use essential oils are aromatic, topically, and internally. And I'm going to give you some examples as we go through talking about some of these oils. So the first thing I kind of want to dive into is before you even go on your trip, what could you do to help support your body so that you're as healthy and in as good a shape as possible when you set out on your trip? And so doTerra offers an oil blend called On Guard, and this is called our protective blend. And it's a blend of 5 oils, but one of the most important oils in there is clove. It has a high ORAC score. And if you don't know what the ORAC score, just, we think of high antioxidant foods like blueberries. It has an ORAC score of 2,500. Clove has an ORAC score of over 1,000,000. And so this smells kind of like you've been baking cookies. Some ways you can use it. One of the things that I would do if I was getting ready to go on a trip is I would put a couple drops in my hand and I would rub it on the bottom of my feet every evening and every morning. So it only takes a couple drops. What's left, you can put on the back of your neck. Some other ways that you could use this, if you have sensitive skin, you may want to dilute it with like an unscented cream or some fractionated coconut oil to help spread it on there. doTerra also offers this in a handy little roll-on bottle so that you don't even have to dilute it. It's already pre-diluted. You could just roll it on the bottom of your feet, maybe 5 swipes on the bottom of each foot every morning and evenings the week before. They also offer the little On Guard beadlets. So it's a 1/4 of a drop and it's made to take internally. This is also great to use right before you get on the airplane, or say if you're going on a bus. Put this in your purse and keep it with you, and you can use it throughout the day. It's going to give you that support you need. doTerra also offers an awesome On Guard sanitizing mist. This mist smells really good. It's 99% effective, 99.9% effective. You can spray it on things that you're going to be touching. You can use it on your hands, and it does not dry out your skin like some of those other types that I've seen. Another product that the On Guard is, and this is an On Guard drop. It has one, it's like a lozenge. So if you feel like a little tickle in the back of your throat, or you're getting ready to get on that airplane, just put it in, pop it in. It has one drop of that essential oil in there. And so On Guard is something that you can use throughout your trip, but definitely it'd be a product to use as you prepare for your vacation. The next thing that I would do is, a lot of times you want to arrive at your destination without feeling that jet lag or with energy. And so something that I like to do is use peppermint and wild orange together. Wild orange is an awesome citrus oil. They all are very mood uplifting, and it smells like you've been taking a walk in an orange grove. They're mood uplifting, and they also help energize. So you can put a drop of wild orange in your hand. And peppermint is very much an energizer. A drop of peppermint in your hand, rub them together. Take 3 or 4 deep belly whiffs. You can do that anytime when you feel like your energy is dropping. Some other things that you can use peppermint for that might come in handy is head tension. You just put it where your headache, or excuse me, your head tension might be forming. It's great for sore muscles. It's good for tummy issues. You can rub it right on your tummy. It's also good if you're feeling tired, just to put a drop under the tongue, and you'll be surprised. That'll oxygenate the brain, helps open up the sinuses, and you will feel amazing. Something else you can do to help feel energized and arrive feeling fresh is, a lot of times when people fly, they worry about swelling in their lower legs. Maybe if you're sitting a lot in a bus or a car. The Aroma Touch blend is something I would highly recommend. It's actually the massage blend. So it has oils in it like cypress, and it's very good to mix with a little coconut oil or lotion and put on the lower part of your legs from your knee down before you get ready to go. Or if you're going to be doing a lot of walking on your trip, this is something I like to do if I'm going to a festival or just going to be walking a lot, as I will put that on the bottom of my legs, on the bottom of my feet. It promotes better circulation. It helps lower any kind of puffiness you have, and you will be amazed at how much better you feel after a day of walking or even a day of sitting. Aroma Touch can also be good to diffuse, because it's got very good uplifting oils, open you up and help you feel better. So that is one that I would use if I was trying to have a better experience with flying and keeping my energy up. Something else that a lot of people like to do another issue that a lot of people have is sleeping when they're away from home, or relaxing. Maybe you're excited about your trip, maybe you're nervous about your trip. And so something that I like to use, and is very calming, and many people are familiar with this, is lavender. And lavender is like a Swiss Army knife, though. You can use it for so many things. You can definitely put it in the back of your ears, back of your neck, put a drop on your pajamas, sprinkle a few drops on your pillowcase, and that will help you relax and be calm. Another oil that you can use if you have feelings of anxiousness because of flying, or you're just nervous about your trip, is wild orange. It is one of the properties of it is one of the best oils to help you feel mood uplifted and also lower those feelings of anxiousness. So just get this bottle out and whip it, keep it in your purse. It's awesome. The other 2 oils that I love for helping you feel calm, maybe, the trip, your plane's delayed, or I don't know, if something gets delayed as you're going on, and so you want a way to stay calm, keep your balance. We have an oil blend called Balance. It's called the Grounding Blend, and it smells just like you're taking a walk in the woods. And so it's awesome to put on in the morning, just to help you have a better day. And then Serenity is the other oil that is like lavender on steroids. It has several other calming oils in it, like ylang-ylang, hoe wood. It's awesome. And it's very good to use at night also, or anytime that you feel those feelings of anxiousness. And something that I like to do is combine on the bottom of my feet in the morning is a little bit of balance and a little bit of serenity, do them both. If you really need to help yourself stay calm, cool, and collected. So you handle those things that come out through the day a little bit better. The other thing some people have issues with is like achy, discomfort from walking so much. And a product that we offer is called Deep Blue. And it's a deep blue rub. I've got a tube of it right here, but it also comes in these handy little packs. And so it is like a lotion, and it is amazing if you've got achy anything, the back of your neck, tension in your shoulders from carrying bags and that kind of thing. You can put it on your legs, on your feet, anywhere basically you have discomfort. It's very, it has several oils in it that kind of feel cooling. That's something else peppermint can do, is help you feel cooler if you're in a hot climate and you're getting overheated. That's just one of the things you can do. It's also good to help with tummy issues. And that brings me to the next oil I want to talk about. It's Digest Zen, and it is specifically a blend that has been put together to help calm your stomach. And so if you're eating a lot of different new foods, if you're having maybe a little more than you should, you can basically take it out and put a few drops in your hand, rub it on your belly. You can put it under your tongue or put it in a shot glass with a little bit of water and take it internally. It's all things digestive. It will help balance your gut. So if things are moving too fast or things aren't moving fast enough, if you know what I mean, with your digestive system, this is the one to use. It also comes in a roller bottle. So it's called Digest Zen Touch, and you can just rub it on your belly when needed. But peppermint is also very good to help with digestive issues. And we do offer the peppermint in beadlets. So it's 1/4 of a drop. It's easy to keep in your purse or in your travel bag that you're taking out with you, and you just pop one in when you need it. Sometimes skin issues. Maybe you've been walking in shoes and you get some places that are irritated on your feet. Lavender will help that to heal. Lavender is also good if you're kind of gotten sun-kissed out in a warm climate. We also have a great product called Correct-X, which is kind of like a natural ointment for skin, and it has frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, tea tree, and lavender. So it's all things skin. It's good for chapped lips. It's good if your cheeks are a little irritated from too much sun. It's amazing. It can be put on irritated places on your feet, cuts, bug bites, all those kinds of things to help. If you do have trouble with like head tension, peppermint would be good. The aroma touch, lavender can be soothing also. And so those are just some tips of some of the, I guess what I would call some of the top things that people are concerned with. What you want to be is prepared for anything, and some of these basic oils can do that. A great thing to do is to have a little bag. Now, when you're traveling with these on an airplane, a lot of us are, concerned with the TSA regulations. All these oils, this is the big bottles, and they are 15 mils. So those are well under the 3 ounces that you can have in a container. And many of our bottles come in the 5 ml bottles, which is even less. So these are great. You can also make up your own roller bottles, because you can get roller bottles empty and make a roller if that sounds good. But having a bag to keep them in, you can put most of your oils, if you want, packed in your suitcase. You just want to make sure they're in, like, set up as well as possible. If I carry most of these in my purse when I go traveling, I will put them in the Ziploc baggie, and I'm good to go. You can also make up your own little first aid kit. This is a first aid kit that I got at Target a couple years ago. You can put everything that we have in here would pretty much fit in there. Or you could make roller bottles that if you want to keep this in your purse and keep the other bottles in your checked bag. Another thing that might be something to consider is diffusing. So all these oils, especially the lavender, the mood oils, the On Guard, are going to be purifying to the air in your room. And so this is a portable diffuser, but you can also use any type of small diffuser. And diffusing is one of the fastest ways to affect the mood. It's a great way to clean the air. And so I highly recommending traveling with the diffuser. And so I hope these are some great tips that you can use to make your travels much better. I hope you have a great trip, and we're all getting excited to get back to traveling again and as things get back to normal.
We'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Please know that we're here when you're ready to travel. We can help you with anything you need around the globe, and we hope you'll share our information with your friends and family as well. Thanks again.